There we go. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We are here at Boston, a fictional track. Perfect timing on the helicopter. Sorry for that. But race number 8 of 16, the halfway point of the season for the IMRC. Last week was something, which we'll get into that maybe a little bit. For tonight, though, I've got a couple gentlemen joining me tonight. We got Blake Warren once again.
Hello, everyone. Excited to be here. Excited for a great race. Excited to give you guys a bulk load of stats.
He will be the stat guy tonight. And not too often that we get to do this, but the winner of the last race, Natan Amoito, is up here with us as well.
Howdy, gentlemen.
Good to have you, man. Yeah, that 36 not being driven by Natan, he's up here going to give us some stats on how to be the most aggressive driver you can be. No.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a great time here. 120 laps on tap at this really interesting kind of, as Blake put it, it's like a Dover, Rockingham, I would argue Atlanta hybrid type of track.
Yeah, to go over this track a little bit, the tire wear and burn off is kind of similar to Rockingham. The track is very abrasive against tires, and you need to kind of get into the corners correctly. Some of the fixture points on is the caution lights going down the front straightaway. You kind of have to hit your marks and find the correct balance, a good balance between braking and letting out of the throttle. Keep it stable enough that when you punch it back into the throttle, you're not going to lose it at the corner exit. And same thing goes for the exit of the turn. But the steep banking at this track provides a great opportunity to both pass and make moves that you wouldn't necessarily be able to do so at a track like Rockingham. The banking offers a good additional chance to arc it into the corner a little bit better and get some side-by-side action. So while all the same, you're getting a bit of tire wear, you can definitely keep up that speed and be able to really, really grind it off the exit of the turns.
Well, we'll be interested to see who's going to be able to play that strategy accordingly. Pit windows looking for fuel, at least, looking to be about 42 lap range. Really quickly, though, because we're about to, I think the admins are about to kick it to race. We'll go over the starting order here. League admin Shane Sides handling on pole position in the number 2. Austin Ogo to his outside in second. Then Dunn LaPrade and Tyler Mallon, couple of winners this season. Great qualifying effort from Robbie Gilbin, though, in 5th place. Super sub man himself, Cole Baker, starting in 6th. Then Roger Ray, Dejan Weeks, Liam Tingley, and Alexander Gonzalez are the top 10. Then it's Dylan Schrollenberg, Jerry Cook, Jovan Anderson. Cody Lamas is back in action tonight. Then Chris Wetz and Henry Nova round out the field. And yes, I did 420 on purpose. Just to say that one. But I'll go ahead and ask you, Natan, because you put on some laps, quite a few laps before we got going here. As we're going to kick it to race, do you think that the tires will be able to make it the full fuel run, or do you think that by the end of the run, these tires are going to be just begging to be getting off the car?
Well, it depends a lot on how you treat your car, but it's totally possible to stretch, the fuel run with the tires. Is everybody gonna do it? I don't think so. It really depends on how you treat your car, and that's pretty much it. Let's see if we have green flag runs, though. That's an important factor, and I'm excited to watch this one, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I also I really gotta say this, man, that 36 car, it feels so weird not to be there, but it looks so good. And I told Cole, hey man, drive it like you're me, so he's gonna pull off some moves for us. It's gonna be beautiful.
We'll see if he goes full Natan mode, just like that 36 did last week, fending off a multitude of drivers to get the win. Of course, sitting out this one to join us up here in the booth, which I appreciate you, and of course appreciate you, Blake, as well for being here. One restart, of course, at the disposal of these drivers should something happen within the first couple of laps. I think 16 drivers, so a somewhat lighter field here tonight. And Henry Nova actually doesn't look like he is starting, so make that 15. Pace car makes the hard turn down pit road. The 2 and the 7, leading them to the green flag. Only a few races to go before the chase begins. We are underway.
And the 69's got an issue, I think.
Oh boy.
Gary Cook in the wall there, having some issues as well. Man. Not a good start for him.
Man, a couple of red and white Toyotas.
Man, these guys are already fighting for P4 like crazy right here. Lap 1.
Alexander Gonzalez all over the bumper of the 18, but files back a little bit. We stay green though. Again, this is manual cautions, meaning that it is at admin discretion, and the leader will basically act as the pace car. Big dive move there from Roger Ray to take, I believe, 5th place away from the 63. And yeah, this is where you're going to start to see who's going to be aggressive at the beginning, who's going to be more conservative. Right now it looks like the front two are being a bit more conservative. Dunlop maybe not so much, looking for 2nd place in the 74.
Yep, and keep an eye out for the 71 of Chris Wetz. He's a guy who knows how to take care of his car, and this race, it's definitely seems like it, so keep an eye out for him. And also the 74 and the 36 are obviously fast, so keep an eye out for them as well. Austin Ogo doing a great job here, P3, looking very fast. This race, it definitely promises a lot of good things.
And definitely a big move as the 74 washes down to the inside. He's going to take the lead coming out of turn 3 and 4. And he'll take the lead right there across the straight.
Great move there.
69 is spinning out. I think it was a solo.
Spinner for the 69. Yep, if it is a solo, the caution will not be called. Austin Ogo is now looking to get 2nd place from the 2. And if you guys, I don't know if Shane still has that whisper with us, but if you guys can hear him, definitely try to maybe keep monitored on the, I guess you could say the tower frequency.
Yep, check the incident. It wasn't indeed a solo car incident. Car hit the outside wall and then ricocheted down to the inside. No caution, no other cars involved.
And the 2.
And he's out of the race.
And he retired already. Tough break for Robbie Gilman after a fantastic qualifying effort from that 69 car. Unfortunately, an early retirement. Not sure what happened on the start there.
And he is in a point situation for the playoffs right now. He doesn't have a playoff spot at this moment. And remember, there's only 2 races to go after this one. So that's a very complicated spot to be in. He needs to do a good race in Daytona after that.
That is very, very true. And also next week, with them heading to Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken, Tyler Mallon looking a little bit aggressive there, but filing in right now. And yeah, it seems like there's a lot of just backing up the corners and then being able to get the killer runs. Right now, Ogo looking to take 2nd place back, and looks like the 2's going to give it to him.
Man, this 7 car is definitely looking for a win tonight. He's racing in a crazy way, lap 9. I think this guy definitely wants this win.
Well, that was one thing that I was going to say. If we had a little bit more time, I was going to give some drivers of the past, sort of. Ogo is a former winner of this racetrack, and he's definitely one of the drivers I was going to look towards. Another driver as a former winner, Jovan Anderson. He is a former winner of this race, so they both have the deal and the idea as to how to get around this racetrack effectively, but definitely as we are getting closer and closer to the end of the regular season, Ogo is currently sitting 9th in points overall. Like, he is just ahead of Robbie. I think he's had a little bit of a better run points-wise. I'll double check that here in a little bit, but still, he is sitting in 9th. He has not locked himself in. A win tonight, that puts him up 6th. That locks him in to the chase.
And it is the top 12 that will be advancing, I think, to the
top 10.
Top 10, excuse me. Okay, so yeah, he's sitting kind of precariously right now. Of course, Gilman
big
didn't
moment
have that.
for the 36 right there.
clinch spot, but the 36 up into the wall, keeps it straight though. Great wheel
He
job by
actually
Kohlbaker.
saved it. He's taking care of my baby. That's nice.
Well, there is a dent in the side of it, but aside from that, I think he should be just fine. Chris Wetz has fallen back. That could be by design. Tristan is rooting for Shane to win tonight. For probably different reasons. They do have a light series here in the IMRC, basically a development series with its own separate championship, and I think some drivers want to see some of the bigger names be going for it here so that they can fight amongst themselves over in the light series. It's also a little nudge out there to everyone looking to maybe get into trying out NR, but you're maybe not quite comfortable with it yet. Hey, for the light series, it's a development series. That's the place you want to start. And that's another point of this broadcast, and all these broadcasts, of course, getting the word out about the online scene on NR 2003. Battle between 51 and the 18. Schwallenberg gets that spot away. Now moving him up to 5th place.
Both these cars are in the playoffs and they have nothing to lose, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, they're going to be gunning for everything that they can. Schwallenberg had a tough break at Dover. Didn't know why he retired after only the first corner. It turned out that he actually lost 4th gear on that start, and of course after using a couple of restarts, they went ahead and or Schwallenberg went ahead and said, well, no point in it anymore. I'm going to pull it in. So looking for maybe a little bit of redemption, but of course a 2-time winner on the season of race 2 and 3 at Fontana in Las Vegas. Maybe looking to get it done here once again, but everyone's still pretty jumbled up here in the top 5.
Yep.
Now, the one thing that I wanted to say, and as the 84 creeps so close to the 2, I thought they were going to make contact. The one thing that I wanted to say is that in the way that this series runs, the way that the points are set up, it is a 30-to-1 point system. So if you win, you get 30 points. If you finish second, you get 29, and it just goes down from there. The cutoff line for the points, to within the top 10, is so close right now. All someone needs is just not to show up or fail to make a race or have something bad happen early on. Someone down in the bottom can capitalize on this so strongly. This could be a night for someone to get to do that.
I would maybe be keeping my eye on Cody Lamas to do exactly what you're saying there, Blake, because he's missed the last couple of races. He had Jovan Anderson subbing for him, but as a substitute driver, that does mean slightly less points. Depending on the position.
It's a big difference right there.
Yeah.
It definitely needs a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go out and you finish second, easier to figure out. You finish third, and your substitute driver gets 14 points, and you, the driver, the owner of that car, everything of that sort, you get 14 points as well. Well, 14th is really, really low in a big pack of cars, so you have to be here either in order to really get into the chase. You either have to be winning races and lock yourself in that way, or your guy who's subbing for you needs to be racking up as many points as they can, or, well, sometimes you just got to go out and really, really risk it for the biscuit in order to get up there.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Lamas doing that. He has a tendency to just be like, Mr. Where did he come from? All of a sudden finishing like top 5, top 3, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up there toward the end of this. But right now, Para Ford's still dominating the field. Dunn LaPrade, Austin Ogo. A few car lengths ahead of Shane Sides and Roger Ray at the moment. Still got 14 cars on the racetrack. Ben Green so far, we are currently working lap 23 of 120.
Yep, and the one thing I was going to say is Boston has been part of the IMRC schedule for such a long time that in this case, a lot of drivers have a lot of experience here. So even someone like Cody, who hasn't won a race yet and everything of the sort, he definitely knows how to get around here, even without a win.
He's just kind of minding his own business right now in 8th place. Also credit to Dejan Weeks, who was on the receiving end of a of a very controversial moment last week. Currently running 7th, though, for that number 10 car, the Eric Almirola scheme. And again, he's one of those drivers that just kind of quietly doing his thing, and it's really working out for him. If I'm not mistaken, he is currently the highest seed in the point standings without a win. So, looking pretty good right now for Dejan Weeks.
You are exactly right about that. He is currently sitting 6th in points. Pretty well high above the mark. The guys who are not locked into the championship yet are Dejan Weeks in 6th place. And apparently he is blipped away from my screen. I do not know where Dejan is gone now.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, yeah, he's gone. Oh, my gosh. Right when I say that. Dejan, I am so sorry, man. That is announcer's jinx and a half.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
I wonder.
He might be falling out of the server, which that is
yeah, it was.
Oh, man.
It was a connection issue.
Yeah.
That is going to hurt.
Hey, still has a lot of race to go, right? So,
well,
if it happens, if it happens, it better happen this early. That's definitely it.
That is really true.
He can also come back into the race, luckily. So if he does decide to come back into the race, he may be able to salvage something. But at the very least, worst case scenario, that is going to be a 14th place finish. That's definitely going to hurt, but not as bad as not taking a probe over. So.
Well, the thing is, Dejan is in such a great position in the playoffs in a point situation that I don't think he really needs to worry about it. Fortunately enough, he made a great season up this far, and he has a great cushion for the playoff spot. So,
well, according to Tristan in the YouTube chat, saying his PC probably just completely died, and
he is actually back in the server.
Oh, he did get back in. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, the rule is that if you fall out, you get all but one of your laps back. So at that point, Dejan will be hoping and praying for a caution.
Yes, indeed. And I went ahead and I checked the overall points, which I'll go through both. I was going to run through the playoffs, which I definitely will do so. Looking at the bare numbers, he has a 50-point lead over Camilo Gonzalez. So definitely a race and more ahead of him.
Oh.
Wow, man, what a move by Ogo right there.
Yeah, we saw that one. The great move out of the 7.
Oh, man, Dunn's
take the race lead away.
Looking back to it.
Yeah, Dunn's looking to maybe get there, but we are probably within 8 to 10 laps of green flag pit stops here if we keep this up. But these two have really pulled away from everyone else. They are currently looking like the class of the field, and yep, there is Dejan. Back on track, looks like he's got fresh tires. So he might even be able to get that lap back the hard way. As Schwallenberg actually clips the wall. Cody Lamas on the move now. Maybe looking to pass both Malin and Schwallenberg.
Wow,
that's pretty close.
That's too close right there. These guys are very confident on these cars after 33 laps. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's something to behold. I think Roger Ray just got in the wall. And Malin looking underneath. These guys are getting really close. Ali, I will maybe talk to you about that then. I know that Rob might be able to make a couple schemes. I have 2 schemes that I maybe plan on having him make. But yeah, Dejan Weeks definitely on new tires after coming back into the server. Let's see. Currently scored 1 lap down. He could get that lap back the hard way here very shortly. He is absolutely moving.
And Dunlap Pratt is actually losing some time, and Austin Ogo is stretching it out. That's very impressive by the 7 car. He definitely made a good saving on his tires, and he was also fast. Man, Austin Ogo is definitely looking for that win tonight.
He has not had some of the best luck this season so far. Looking to, like you said, finally capitalize and be able to say, hey, we finally did it, and also maybe break the curse of the cover image for the race. To everyone who doesn't know what I mean, there's always a promo image posted in the Facebook group, and typically whoever is on that cover image seems to have pretty bad luck, kind of like the NASCAR video game covers.
First car of the pits, Jerry Cook in the 08.
Jerry Cook coming down the pit road a little bit early. That is going to be iffy as far as him being able to make it on fuel.
63 coming to the pit road as well. These guys are trying to do a shortcut right here and try to get ahead of the guys.
Oh, 74
first.
in the pits.
74 coming down pit road. This is actually a lot earlier than I thought, so maybe that pit window just isn't as long as I thought it was. Or the tires are just falling off that badly that they need to, otherwise there's going to be a problem.
Like I said,
Yep,
this track
change sides is coming.
Like I said, this track eats rubber like Rockingham, and the 7 now comes into the pits.
7
And the
pits,
48
84,
now will
18.
take the lead.
Oh, big dive from Malin. There's Shane Sides in as well. Cody Lamas has stayed out on the racetrack, as has the
03 in the
51 of
pits.
Schallenberg. 03 of Liam Tingley in the pits as well. Looks like Jovan Anderson has also stayed out an extra lap. And I've got to expect that these three will probably pit this time. No, Lamas stays out again. As does the 51 and 88.
Yep, there is no benefit to leading a lap in this series, so at this point, I think that it's just kind of like trying to just gain a little bit of distance over the leaders. Real quick, just to kind of go through, here are the playoffs right now. Tyler Mallon locked in, Dylan Schwallenberg locked in, running in second in the points, that is. Dunlap Pratt, third place, locked in. Roger Ray, fourth place, locked in. Natana Muedo, our very own, fifth place, locked in. Dejan Weeks, outside, sixth place. Alexander Gonzalez, seventh place, outside. Shane Sides, eighth place, outside. Austin Ogo, ninth place, outside. And Robbie Gilvin, 10th place, on the outside.
And those, if it were to end right now, those guys would be contending for the championship at season's end. But this is definitely an alternate strategy, what Cody Lamas is currently doing. As is Schwallenberg. Looks like the 88 has decided to come down pit road this time. So the first of those three on the alternate strategy by the looks of it. So this will be interesting to see if
Yeah, here he comes. He comes into
how
the
it's going to
pits.
play out.
And that gives the lead to the 51.
Schwallenberg
Man,
stays
that's a
out
late
once
call
again.
for the 48 right there. That's quite interesting. And also, the 10 car of Dejon Weeks is back. He's P4 right now. Got kind of fresh tires. It will be interesting to see how he hands out in this stint.
Yeah, this will be kind of cool to see where Weeks will end up cycling out. This could end up maybe being what he needs. The fact that a whole bunch of others around him pitted before lap 40, which I think if you wanted to make this a two-stop race, or no, a three-stop, two-stop.
You could potentially make it on 2 stops. I
Yeah,
don't
2
know
stops.
how that's going to work on it, but I suppose it can work.
And yeah, if you went to lap 40, you'd be able to pit on lap 40 and then lap 80, and that would completely split the race up into thirds. Obviously, for Weeks, the 7 of Ogo, Don LaPrade, Roger Ray, they're not going to be able to do that now because of how they've played it out. Anderson, Schwallenberg, and Lamas, they might be able to make it on one last stop. So if this goes green, this could prove to be pretty interesting. Weeks got up to second there, but now the fact that he's on 10, 15 lap older tires, it's starting to show. Current race leader, though, shown as Schwallenberg still.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was going to say was my brain is rattled seeing the 51 just continuing to lap around the track. I don't know if he pitted earlier or what the case was. I didn't see anything, but I'm kind of just shocked and confused. Like, the man's running almost on 50 lap old tires and 50 laps worth of gas. Like, I don't know if he was saving. I don't know if he was clutching. I don't know what his strategy is. But he is still out there. He is still running laps, and he is still not pitted. Well, not
now
until
he is.
now.
Oh, and the best looking car passed right there.
Schwallenberg finally making his pit stop. Was running 2 seconds slower than his previous best times that stint. So I think it's going to hurt him in the short term. But I will be interested to see how that will affect him later in the run. Because now his tires are going to be 10 laps newer than at least most of these guys who already came down there. But that will hand the lead now to Austin Ogo. I believe, and Roger Ray up here now behind him. Actually, they're shown in third still. Who's scored second?
Dejan Weeks is apparently the leader at this time, and Schwallenberg at the moment is still labeled as second. But I think that's going to change when they cross the stripe here.
Man, this is really fascinating to see all the alternate strategies. I mean, Weeks is on such an alternate one because of him falling out. But it is really interesting to see, because now, as you see, the fact that he was able to get those newer tires, he has pulled away massively. Oh my gosh, he's over 22 seconds.
Yeah,
ahead.
Almost 22 seconds ahead, and potentially growing. Maybe.
Not really. He is actually a lot slower than the other guys because his tires are now a little bit much older. But the thing is, he needs to. He definitely wants a caution right now because he's in a great position, great track position, and he definitely needs tires to compete with the other guys. So it's a complicated spot, but it's not as bad considering the issues he had earlier. So, well, let's hope and see what happens.
Yeah, that's all we can do right now. And yeah, Schwallenberg, you see how much that hurt him for now. He has dropped all the way to 13th. Going to pass Gonzalez here for 12th, probably. You're going to make that move handily because now his tires are brand new, even compared to everyone else. So, man, this is... Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, this is so all over the place right now. Really fascinating. Caution-free so far.
Battle with Tyler Mellon and Dylan Pratt right now. Before, I believe.
What I was going to quickly say was this, is that sometimes when you use alternate strategy, even if you know that you have to pit, even if you know that you were just leading laps while you're doing something really out there, the fact that you managed to stretch it out that far, just even as a test strategy, that can sometimes yield great results at the end of the race. If you find yourself that you are potentially in a situation, especially in a green flag run, and you know that you can make it almost 50 laps on fuel, you know that you have the car control to make it last that long, you could potentially come out of here as an upset winner. When everyone else is pitting for tires and fuel, you may be able to just have just enough smarts and car control and driving power to be able to absolutely bamboozle this field and get yourself a victory.
I think that's kind of what Dejan Weeks did at the moment. Sorry, Naton.
Yep, and we need to remember that the 51, he's locked in the playoffs. He doesn't need to worry about anything. So if he wins, it's just 10 extra points for the playoffs. So he definitely is in position to try things out this early in the race. We never know what comes around next lap. So it's definitely an interesting call. I wouldn't say it's the best call, but it's an interesting call. And Dylan Schroenberg, he knows what he does. He's a veteran. He's very fast, and we can definitely trust him in his decisions in this race.
Yeah, that is really true, because even the guys who do have a win already, there is incentive to get more wins because that can help secure your spot in the Final Four a little more securely come that, I believe, 5-race stretch. Once the season comes to once the regular season, comes to a close. Tyler Mountain looks like they're really charging here. Was able to get by Roger Ray for third, and is now Stalkanogo for second. I'm looking at the gap though between the 7 and the 10, and it has closed, and it's closing really quick. It's closed by about 6 seconds so far since the last time we checked on that gap. So. But at the same time, that gap is so freaking huge right now that I don't know. Could it pay off in the long run, or could that pay off for Schwallenberg? Well, there's only one way to find out because we're only 2 laps from halfway. Still a really long way to go.
You know, the one thing that I was going to say was, it's just like looking at the gap in the field. Like, there is definitely a steady decline in terms of distance between the leader and second place. But it's a slow decline. It's not like they're falling down a mountain with no parachute or anything like that. Oh, they're falling. They're losing ground and everything like that. But it's at a much slower pace. It's not so dramatic or so drastic that it's going to kill them at the end of this. So definitely, like, if I was Dejan, I'd be happy, especially with the adversity they faced earlier on in this race. The fact that he still is leading, The fact that he still is holding in within about 13 to 15 seconds and is still that far ahead, he doesn't have anyone on his tail. That doesn't get into your mental game. That doesn't mess with your head. When you've got nothing but clear open pastures behind you, all you're thinking about what's in front of you.
Yeah, true that. I mean, right now, only 9 cars in the lead lap. Tyler freaking Mallon.
And
Wait,
Shane Sykes
oh, that's
says
wrong.
he's speeding.
Oh, no, the 08. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm used to seeing Mallon in the 08. Jerry Kirk right now showing last car in the lead lap. Shane Sykes.
Guys, the 2 cars in the pits, yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. That is interesting. So, strategy. I did not see this race becoming this much of a strategy game, but, well, here we are, and
Me neither.
golly, this is like screw chess. This is where strategy lies right here. So what's this going to do for the 2?
I was checking his laps around. There didn't appear to be a mechanical issue or anything like that. I think he just decided to pit.
Wow. Well, hey, strategy. That's all there is to it.
I feel like this is a game of chess, Monopoly, Jenga, Operation, and probably a mixture of Dungeons and Dragons in there too.
Maybe he's going for 3 pit stops, I believe. That's probably what he's thinking about right now, and try to gain in on the track with fresher tires. That's probably why he did that.
If he didn't speed, but
I think he sped.
but based on
maybe.
that, I think he sped. So that strategy is out the window for Shane Sides now, and even the car probably not very happy with himself.
Doesn't have a playoff spot still, so.
No, he does not. He's currently in the top 10, but yeah, not locked in by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, neither is this guy Dejan, but well, let's see. That gap now down to 11.5 seconds. I don't know, because he's going to have to make one more pit stop than the 88 and the 51, and I believe the 48 was the other. As actually the 48 has gotten past the 88. That is for position 6th place at the moment. So will these guys be able to open up a big enough gap that will negate? Again, that is where the strategy game will really. I know I'm beating that horse to death, but I mean that's really all this race is right now. It's been green flag this entire time, and we're all on the edge of our seats to see, well, who's going to make what move when.
I'm just scratching my head wondering what is going to happen. Like, this is such an abnormality that I have not seen in quite a long time, honestly. Just, I can't even explain anything in regards to the strategy here, because I've never seen a strategy like this by so many different drivers. I know in principle what's going on, but how it's working, how it's being done, that's the big questions.
And man, it's so interesting that the 10 car is actually keeping it up, you know, like he is still 10 seconds ahead, you know, he can probably pit with the other guys, and that's a very, very interesting position for him right now, considering everything that happened to him earlier in this race. This is very, very impressive.
I mean, something happened on the back straightaway. A lot of smoke. Not sure who it was.
Wow, that's a big battle for P13, I think, right here.
P13, that's Baker and Gonzalez. That's currently pretty hot at the moment. Baker right up to 63. Not able to quite get it there. Checking up ahead here.
Come on, man. Yeah. That's how you do it in that car. Yeah. Great job.
This is the commentary booth. We are not biased. No, I'm kidding. you have every right.
Yeah, totally not.
You're going to keep it down
Austin
there?
Ogo is stretching it up ahead of the other guys, and that's very, very interesting as well. Remember, Dejan Weeks is leading this race, but technically Austin Ogo is the first car from the cars that pitted in the pit window. So
I'll keep my eye on this battle for 12th. Oh boy, Baker's gotten a little bit close to the 63 a couple times, but they keep it clean at the moment. Baker's not giving it up. I think he's.
This is gonna hurt him though.
Yeah, it's hurting them big time. You see how much slower they're going, but now the 36 makes the pass. 7 has pulled away significantly from the guys behind him. And
Definitely.
the gap, currently 6.7 seconds. So it has closed drastically, but over a long period of time.
And clicked a whole second off that lap. So I'm really hoping Ogo gets cleanly by these lap cars, because once he's out in clean air, who knows what's going to happen.
Looks like Dejan is actually clutching right now in the corners. I'm not sure if I saw that correctly.
He is.
Oh,
Yes,
he is lifting a lot. He is clutching. He is saving fuel hardcore right now.
Oh, yeah.
He
That
is
is number 10.
fast, and I believe he's definitely looking to get into the pit window of this race and compete for the win.
Because, when he fell out, that's what put him in this situation to begin with. It kind of worked for him at first, but now I think that he's realizing, well, I don't know, will this work? Will it won't work? Well, I got to do this now.
Now, I want to mention something, because this is kind of key. So while the circumstances as Dejan getting dropped out of the race and then getting back in is a little bit different than what you would normally see, I just remembered something. Dejan is a former winner at this track in the Light Series. If anyone who knows how to get around this track,
Whoa!
it works well too.
And we got pit stops. Dunlaprad, Tyler Mallon making the move down pit road, lap 76.
That feels early.
That is a little bit early, but not too early, but they still, for them, they went about 40 laps.
And here comes the 03 car.
Here comes
10
the
car
10,
of
here
Dejan
comes the
Reeks.
7, here comes the
Dejan,
63.
Ogo, and the 63 are in. The 48 has caught and passed the 84, and that is now for the lead. So there you go. That's about how long it took them to close back in. Haven't stayed out longer that first run. So now will they pull it off again?
Now, you guys were wondering earlier, there was a big giant puff of smoke in the back as the 84 goes into the pits now. There was a big giant puff of smoke in the backstretch. Shane Sodge tried to make a move on the outside of Tyler Mallon, got a little bit loose, tank slapped the wall, spun it out on the inside, and went ahead and called it a day. Frustrating day for the two. Hopefully better pastures await him at Charlotte and then Daytona.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, because for those guys, they got to keep in mind about the playoffs and trying to make it in there. But now Dejan and Ogo emerged pit road pretty much right on top of each other. So
And this should be interesting. The 51, he obviously stretched out the first stint of this race, so what does he do now? He and the 71 car are still in the track, and we don't know what their strategies are, so keep an eye out for these guys.
Oh yeah, that's true. Chris Wetz keeping it out really long here now, coming down pit road. The 88 of German Anderson also pitted the last time by. Now Schwallenberg in this time. So they should be good on fuel.
And the 48 still lapping it up on the racetrack. I definitely have to say this as a team owner. It's been a long time since I've seen a Warren racing car out there. And unfortunately, Cody's the only Warren racing car on the track. Kind of nice to see it leading.
I would not be
36
surprised
in
if
the
he gets
pits.
done. 36
51
also.
still in the pits.
That's a lot of
71
side
still in the
damage
pits.
on the 71.
Yep.
But
And
yeah,
there
Chris
goes
Wetz
the
also
48.
fixed
Fixing it. Oh,
Oh!
boy. Oh.
Will that be legal? Will that be legal?
Man.
What happened? What happened? I missed.
He was fast. He was fast right there. I don't know.
What I missed.
48. The 48 locked up his front tires, took the corner, or took the. He kind of locked up the tires down on the inside, locked it up again, and he managed to clear the inside pit cone. But I'm kind of afraid he may have sped a little bit. He was at 46, 47 miles an hour.
Oh boy, I don't know. That's gonna be really close. That was a great pin entry. We just saw it there on the stream. Great entry. A for effort. Hopefully it doesn't bop him for that.
We'll
Just
see
like it
here.
bopped Shane Sides earlier.
48's coming out of the pits right now. The 36 probably got a speeding penalty. I'm gonna kill Cole for this.
48, no longer the leader, but he is not diving it into the pit, so I think he managed to just make it out of there safe. Holy moly.
So now, we've got a new race on our hands. Dejan Weeks, the leader, a very narrow margin over Austin Ogo. Alexander Gonzalez, a lap car, right behind them, and then Tyler Mallon in third. A few car lengths back, and then you got to go a little further back to find Don LaPrade and Roger Ray. Currently fourth and fifth, just ahead of Joman Anderson, who stayed out a little bit longer, so might have a little bit of fresher rubber for this run. But I think they should, pretty much everyone should be able to go to the end now, as long as they're able to save a little bit.
63 way up high there, letting the 18 go by.
Good courtesy move there. Looks like the Ogo is maybe clutching just a little bit. Mallon, maybe not so much, has already closed up that gap pretty considerably. 3 cars under a blanket here in the top 3, with just coming up to 30 laps to go here pretty soon. Great flag race so far.
Yeah, that's the one thing that really surprises me is the fact that this race has not seen a single caution whatsoever. And here we are. I can't even think of a joke or what a punchline of this would be, but what in the world do you get when you got 2 Fords and a Toyota racing at Boston?
A Chevy. I don't know. That was a terrible joke, and you're welcome for that. Defensive line from Ogo.
Dear.
Ooh, he knows that Mallon is not going to hold back if that 18 gets to him, so throwing the defensive line,
And
it's
Ogo.
late in the race.
Ogo has such a difficult decision to make right here because he needs the points, but a win will definitely make his life easier. But also, if he gets wrecked, it won't be worth it. So it's a difficult situation right here for Austin Ogo.
Well, you got 2 drivers, too, that are fighting for that win. Both drivers need a win to lock themselves into this thing. So you got one guy who's firmly locked in, but he's as hungry as a wolf to just win a race, and damned it be anyone who gets in his way. And then you got 2 guys trying to play conservative enough that they can be in that hunt for the win, but they can't afford getting wrecked either.
Exactly. And, I mean, especially Ogo. I mean, remember Fontana was in that battle for the win, got loose, and ended up causing the first caution after some 90, 80 laps. It was a really long green flag run, and ended up being the main caution, as now Weeks throwing the defensive line. Man, these guys are all round top each other. How's that going to play into the hands of the pack behind them, who could maybe close in and get their nose in on it? We are within 30 to go now, 29 laps to go at Boston.
Keep an eye out for the 88 car. He's up there, and he's a great driver in here. He knows how to handle his car, so it will be interesting to see how this 88 car approaches the first guys.
He will be on the freshest tires out of everybody. Of course, also Cody Lamas as well, the freshest out of them all. He's a ways back in 7th, but again, with that fresh rubber and how much we've seen tires come into effect, I would not be surprised to see the 88 and the 48 maybe dicing it up. But the 74 and the 84, they got to close in a little bit here. They are closing slowly. Their lap times are slightly faster. So it's far from over here. But Dejan Weeks, after falling out of the server, getting his lap back the hard way, who knows, it may have actually been a blessing in disguise for him, but look at Ogo with the run!
Oh, he throws a block! Down onto the inside goes the 7. I think this is going to stick.
Golly.
Oh, they almost touch.
Nearly to the quarter panel of the 10.
Man, this is a big mistake right here because this will cost them time and tire wear, and they don't need that in Boston. And here comes Tyler Mallon.
On the outside, Mallon looking to make the move. I mean, oh man, that's tough because it looks like the 7 might be starting to be, might be just a little bit faster. But at the same time, it's this late in the race. I mean, what are you gonna do?
He's way faster than the 10 car, and he knows it. But he needs the tire wear for the end of this race. So
yeah, that's really true because he's got to hold off. Oh goodness gracious!
And he's coming back at it.
Clips the apron there.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, he's there. He's there now.
Oh, he's taking it to the inside. No touchy, but he's got power.
Side by side, maybe down the front straightaway here. Oh, man.
This is killing his tires.
Yeah, that's not going to help the tire situation. He falls back once again. LaPrade and Ray still inching closer and closer, but just inching, not much more than that. Anderson's still inching closer to them. Ooh, Roger Ray, though.
The 48 car is the fastest car right now, I think, and he's catching up slowly. This could also be interesting. I want to see what's the situation on the 51. Well, he's not that fast, I think, right now. That's not a very good situation for him, but the 48
big block from the 1084 made the move on the 74 for 4th place. Man, Weeks is doing everything that he can, maybe taking a page out of the book of our own Natan here from last week, doing everything that he can.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I think he learned that from last week.
You do what you gotta do to get it done, and this has been green this entire way. We are coming to lap 100. I don't know, I bet if there is going to be a caution, I almost wonder if these guys are going to be the cause. At 48, I think he's a bit too far back right now.
I'm so keeping an eye out for the 88 car. He definitely
big move again, here we go!
Oh, he touched
Big
it!
slide!
And he saved it. Oh, he's going to charge it, but no!
Deja Weeks, incredible job to be holding off the 7 like he is. 20 to go, but I don't... Oh, man, I think once that 7 gets there, which he is now, I just don't think he's going to be able to keep it up.
Ooh, he got the apron a little bit right there. You know what's interesting? The 18 car.
Oh!
There's trouble coming right here.
3 wide! Block from the 7!
He does the block!
18 trying to make it 3 wide. The 84 is there!
Roger
Ray on the sneak, trying to get by him.
Oh, go, throwing the block on the 10, trying to cross over.
Don't lack, we've already had such a good race. We don't need to throw it away now.
True that. Jovan Anderson underneath the 74, and that's for 5th. Oh, man, look at that dive from Malin. But Ogo with the lead now, and I think that is going to be tough to get away from him.
Man, these tires are not going to hold up.
Yeah, I think these tires are going to be shot at this point.
They'll be shot by the white flag, that's my thought.
That is for sure. But look at the 48 charging hard. Oh boy, that could get really interesting. Because we have 17 to go this lap. Ogo, a little bit of a cushion now. About a 10th quicker that lap. Yeah, he actually looking pretty good with a 23.8 second lap time.
With the lead that he's got right now, I'd say he gets an additional breath.
Yeah, I would say so. There's Anderson trying to get underneath the 84. The 48 has passed Dun LaPrade. LaPrade falling back a little bit here, but still a great run for him nonetheless. Man, I think that these guys, when we interview them, they're going to be out of breath at this rate. Coming to 15 to go. Yeah, I got to attest to that. Coming to 15 to go in the Weeks. Maybe chipping away again. Ooh, he was just a smidge quicker that lap. So these guys are pretty even. But yeah, do you push hard yet? You still got 15 laps.
And man, this is so interesting to see the 10 car, like, having this battle for P1. I mean, that is impressive. That is very, very impressive, considering obviously the situation he has been in the first laps of this race. This is amazing. This is just amazing. This race is fantastic.
Whoa.
Oh
no, the 88 blew a tire!
Oh no, his tire goes flat!
88 of Jovan Anderson looks like he lost a tire. I think. No.
What happened?
Oh, his game may have alt-tabbed or something.
Oh no.
That's my only guess as far as what may have happened there. Oh man, that hurts.
Oh gosh. Now the one thing that I was gonna say is as I was watching Jovan, I was thinking to myself, I wonder what the manufacturer's battle looks like in terms of race winners this season. Here's the thing. Chevy has only won one of these events this season. and that was with Will Goss at the very beginning of the season. Everything else has been mainly Toyota domination, but we have also gotten a Ford with Don LaPrade and a Dodge with Roger Ray in Victory Lane.
Yeah, fancy that.
There was another Ford in Dover
I see
as
that
well.
now.
Don't
I
forget
see
about
that now.
one.
There are two wins for Ford. Yes, that is correct.
Man, John and Austin Ogo are just going away right now. This is very, very impressive. These guys, they just know how to handle their cars right here.
Coming to 10 laps to go. It looks like it could come down to one of these two unless
the
48 mounts a hard charge.
ready.
Malin not letting them have it that easily.
I was about to say, I think Cody's fighting here with a hornet's nest right now. He's got the speed to get away from that nest, but will he get stung? That's the question.
I mean, he's running out of time. If he's going to be able to get up there, Malin is not letting him have it.
Oh, certainly not. With the way that Malin races, he does it.
He's going to get the run now. So now, if he can clear the 18 in this corner with 9 laps to go,
I think
there
he goes. There he goes.
Does he have enough time now is the question.
I don't think so.
Oh, man, look at this battle, though.
Ray.
Oh, no.
Oh, they touched.
That's going to be a caution.
This changes everything, guys. This changes everything.
This is the best and worst thing to happen.
Oh,
Wow.
no. Holy crap, that is the most constipated I've ever been commentating a race.
Constipated commentary brought to you by IMRC.
Brought to you by IMRC and Top Dragster. You're welcome for that. Oh, boy. Oh.
And this will be crazy right now. This is gonna be crazy right now.
I mean, you gotta think they're gonna pit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Any 2 tires?
Oh no, 4 tires and no fuel, I think. No fuel, I think, but tires definitely. 4 tires. No
Okay.
question about it.
A little splash of gas wouldn't hurt, especially if we do end up having a case where it's, I don't know, overtime.
Yeah, that is a strong possibility now. We'll see how these guys emerge from pit road before we take a look at what caused the first caution of the race with 7 to go. 7 laps to go was when we had the first caution. Fancy that. And Don LaPrade just getting a little bit snug. Barely, ever so barely, clipped the 84 and sent him around.
And who's gonna come first? Out of the pit road. Here comes the 88 car.
88's coming, but the 7's going to get it
Austin Oval
easily.
keeps the
But
lead.
Anderson will be second, Weeks, Malin, and it looks like Lamas will be 5th. Looks like a speeding penalty maybe
man.
for the 63.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
Don
this is
LaPrade
gonna
will
be
be
great.
EOL for causing that. Oh man, that hurts for Dunn. I mean, that is just hard racing for 4th there. Sling and blocked by the 18. And just everyone just kind of stacked up as a result. Of course, I always misclick.
But hey, we don't know what's coming. Don't count him out.
Oh, there's a lot that could be
This is
happening
gonna be
here.
madness right here. So many people looking for this win. So many fast cars. This is gonna be crazy.
Really true there. But yep, there you go. Just
and I
stack
think
up.
the 74 has a connection issue. He's out of the race, I think.
And the Pride, maybe a
that's-
problem.
Oh, that's a big issue right there, yeah.
So, it will be Austin Ogo in the lead, Jovan Anderson in second, followed by Dejan Weeks, Tyler Malin, Cody Lamas. Roger Ray will be 6th with a car that looks no worse for wear. And sneaky little Schwallenberg there in 7th. Who knows
Guys,
what he can
what's
maybe
your
do.
picks for this? What's your picks? I'll go with the 88.
My pick, the wall.
Oh man, come on. Blake?
I'm praying for the 48. That would be something.
I think the 7's going to get it done. We'll find out here.
That's bias right there, Blake. You can do
Green
that
flag
here.
flies once more.
5 laps to go.
Wow.
Not a great restart at all by the 10. Oh, if he gets into the 18, he will! And Schwallenberg's going to turn him. Oh boy, will they throw it?
And the 51.
Yeah, yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out.
Yellow is out. Malin and Schwallenberg getting into it. Actually, Weeks made the first initial bit of contact.
Hey, I love this caution. You know why?
Why?
The 36 will be on the lead lap.
Well, that's true. Lead lap for the 36. I think that'll put everyone that's still on track on the lead lap. Unless the 74 lost a lap. Trying to find Malin. There he is. Or there they are. Oh, man. Well, being aggressive on the
This is
restart.
so interesting.
So a little bit of a jump there on the caution call. The 18 did not go 90 degrees or more sideways, but still hazardous situation, so it is what it is.
And the 51 very nearly had the exact same thing happen to him. But actually managed to keep it straight after a little bit of contact there with the 03. Great save by Chris Wetz as well. Man, there was some... all those guys, really phenomenal driving jobs all the way around. Of course, Malin's not going to be too happy about that. 51 coming down pit road. So now it's going to stack up like this.
By Tyler Malin to pit, along with the 51. The 36 obviously need these 4 tires, but... well, that's an interesting call right there for the 18 and the 51. Actually, they both got involved in that wreck, so I actually see the point of them.
Yeah, maybe a little bit worn tires for the 51, side damage for the 18. Now, it'll be interesting to see how they call that as far as claiming it, because it could be argued that the 10 hit the 18. On my screen, there was no contact made. No strike.
No strike due to the preemptive caution call.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't spin all the way around. That's tough. Like that's always the really weird aspect of when do you call it when it's manual caution. Yeah,
one to green.
1 to green. We are now in green-white checkered territory. And the 7 and the 88 still the front row. The 10 and the 48 the second row. And credit to 6th place now, Jerry Cook.
Yeah.
Up here in the 08. Really cool to see him up there. Of course, Alexander Gonzalez has also been on a great charge after not making, I think, the first race or two. Now, in possible contention to make it into the top 10 in points. So keep an eye on that 63 to see how they'll be able to do, not only here, but also at Charlotte and Daytona. Of course, that's going to apply to a lot of drivers. But for tonight, though...
man, John Wicks is showing that 7th car. Hey, man, I'm here. I'm right here. This will be interesting. Let's see what happens in this restart.
I'm here with fear and ready to steer.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be steering it, that's
come.
for sure. 7 and the 10 looking to clinch their way into the playoffs. Joey Anderson
Green
just
flag
looking for a
back
win.
Whoa!
Oh, man, they get close. Great restart by the 88.
Great restart too by the 48, but the 7 is
car
still
rebounding.
charging.
He's going to have the advantage on the inside. Someone's spinning.
Caution flag is out. Caution
71.
flag is out.
Chris Wentz, Alexander
Big
Gonzalez,
crash.
and the 36 of Cole Baker as well. And the caution will fly once again. And we will do it again. Caution's free caution.
71's fourth gear let go.
Who's?
The 71's fourth gear blew out.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
that sucks.
And that is an automatic DNF.
Dang. And Chris
know
Wentz
what's
on a
interesting?
solid run and shifted, and that
Chris
was
Wentz is such a great driver, and he's in such a bad position right now in points. Man, I'll tell you, this guy will drive like hell in Charlotte next week.
I will not be surprised. Chris Wentz knows how to get it done. I mean, again, I can never emphasize just how impressive it was to see him go from barely making the playoffs last season to on the last lap being side by side with Zach Rogers for the championship. And ended up finishing runner-up in the standings. So Chris Wentz knows how to get it done. Again, a pretty accomplished FGF racer. And FGF, of course, that league harvested some talent, so it's pretty big.
Remember what I just said about Chris winning in Charlotte? He just said, well, I got to win Charlotte next week. He knows it, so...
He knows it. There's
that will
no
be
one.
I don't even know if I want to be there for Charlotte anymore, but hey, Chris, I will. I'm sorry.
I don't think that anyone wants to go into Daytona in a must-win situation, or even in a situation that they need to do well, because it's Daytona. Who knows what's going to happen?
Totally. You're totally right about that. Yeah.
So, attempt number 2 at Green White Checker. The front row remains exactly the same. The second row
They're
has
not
swapped.
going this time, I don't think. The 36 and the 51, the 63 are not catching up, I think.
Yeah, they're still a little bit back here.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, actually.
Well, we'll see here.
Here they are.
Jerry Cook now up to 5th. Great run for that 08. Really cool to see him. He's really been coming around this season, and nope, we will be doing it next time. And I mean, we'll keep attempting this until we make it to that lap 150. But man, Jovan Anderson had a phenomenal restart that last time. Can he do it again and get Chevy's first points-paying win this season? William Goss, of course, the only Chevy win, but that was in an exhibition race.
No, actually, Goss does have a points-paying victory.
When was this?
He won Daytona.
No, that was Malin. Wait, Daytona. We haven't been to Daytona yet.
Actually, yeah.
Talladega.
No, that was Malin. Oh, you're referring to the duels.
You're right. I apologize. I was looking at the Ram Ranch Rumble.
Yes, it's called the Ram Ranch Rumble, and
Man,
that's hilarious.
Here we go again. I think this is the last one, right?
Yeah.
We will find out.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Anderson, Lamas, Weeks.
Green flag. Here we go.
And another great restart by the 88. Not a great one. 4 wide in the field. Oh, gosh, we're close.
Oh, here comes Cody Lamas.
Weeks in trouble.
3 wide.
J-John Weeks
Side by side battle for the
big trouble.
Chevys.
Lama's going to clear the 88. Now he's got to charge on the 7. Can he do it?
He's got to get a little bit of draft.
White flag. It is now official.
White flag.
They will race back no matter what. Dive from the 84
48
further back.
charging hard. He's got a backstretch and a corner to deal with.
Oh, man. Great move there by the 08 trying to make the move on the 88.
It's not going to be enough. I think the 7's got this.
Man, what a charge there by the 48. He's trying everything. But Ogo, finally,
great win.
Will win.
Great win. So deserved.
Austin Ogo will clinch his way into the postseason. Golly, I think that he was biting his nails that entire time. Great run for Lamas, though. That's the points day that he needed to give himself the best chance. And you have everyone coming up giving the congratulations to Austin Ogo.
A man very well respected by the NR community, a man well respected in this community. Fantastic showing by that number 7 car.
Gonna burn it down here in Wells.
A few words right there. Will be interesting to interview him.
Yeah, he's really...
IMRC's own Kimi Raikkonen right there.
I like that. Yeah, the Kimi Raikkonen of IMRC, Austin Ogo. And finally.
Now right there, yeah. Man, that guy must be very happy.
Oh, man,
that's a big weight off his shoulder in such a late moment in the season. This must feel great.
Yeah, you couldn't have said any better there. I mean, the heartbreak at Fontana, causing some early trouble at Vegas with a great car. Just was not able to get himself in position after that. And finally going to get it done. Austin Ogo, new winner this season. So we will look at the official results here really quickly. Ogo with the win. That is phenomenal to see. Cody Lamas didn't get the win, but did do what he needed to move himself
Yeah.
up in the standings. He will emerge second place.
A solid day for that 48. Yeah, very interesting.
Jovan Anderson third place. Another solid showing out of that guy. Jerry Cook, credit to him for fourth place. Kind of one of the underdogs. Needs some pretty good things to happen to him if he's going to make the postseason. But it's possible. I mean, with that fourth place, anything could happen. But still, great run nonetheless. Schwallenberg will emerge fifth. Dunlop recovers to sixth. Great run, all things considered. Roger Ray seventh. Dejan Weeks, not the restart he wanted, going to finish in eighth place. And then a pretty great battle here for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Liam Tingley will emerge on top of that. Then Alexander Gonzalez and Cole Baker. Tyler Mallon dropping back at the end of it will emerge 12th. But man, what a race. What? Golly.
Yep. Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Incredible. Thank you both for joining me for that one. That was awesome. But now we got some interviews to conduct here.
Baker boy is here
I see
in the waiting room.
I see Cole Baker down there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get him up here, see what's up.
User was moved to your channel.
There's the driver of the super sub himself.
Hello.
Welcome. We were just about to start doing some interviews with some of the finishers. I mean, I see you finished in 11th there, but still pretty cool to see that 36 on track.
Yeah, not the night I wanted to have. I'm better than that finishing result at that track. I got screwed over a couple times by I don't know what. The first time I checked up for Tyler and I saved it, but at that point the tires were killed. And then I got a ridiculous speeding penalty. I don't know what the pit officials were drinking, but I went 46 miles per hour and that gave me a speeding penalty. However, I went 46 during one of the restart attempts while I was pitting, and I did not get the same penalty again. So very inconsistent calls. Bummed for the 36 Nesquik Ford. Just got to thank Amawedo Performance for this ride, and we'll get him next week at Daytona. So.
Man, you know what? Thank you very much for taking it over. You know, it looked great from the broadcast.
Hey,
Oh boy, and they just left.
And yeah, he's gone. It's all good. Yep, Cole Baker just popping in there. Of course, cool to see that 36 on track. For now, though, what do you say we get the race winner in here? Austin Ogo.
User was moved to your channel.
And there he is, the man of the hour. Finally getting a win.
Hey, wake up.
It has been a tough
wake
start of the season. So I'll just ask you how good it feels to finally be able to get that W.
Man, this feels great. It's been way too long. Actually, the last win I think I got was season 7 at this track. So I guess this track's been pretty good to me in my career. So. But to get the win, it's really special. This is going to make the season a lot better, and we're in the playoffs.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to now. The season was not bad. I was consistent, but it was not the way I wanted to start it. But this is really going to change things up for the better.
Yeah, that's really cool to see, man. You and Dejan seem to have the cars to beat all night long. I'll just ask you though, how you guys were able to conserve your tires all while still battling really hard there before that first caution came out.
Yeah, I mean, we were saving the tires pretty well there. I had to really do it while I had a lot of guys behind me. I think they were kind of burning their stuff up, so later in the run it helped me out a lot. But I had a lot of fun. These guys raced hard, they raced clean. It was kind of problematic there at the end, but it all worked out.
Oh, congratulations, man. rooting for you come the chase. But just glad to see you in victory lane finally. Major congratulations to you.
Thank you, thank you.
Austin Ogo
User left your channel.
with that one.
User
We'll
was
move
moved to
Baker
your
back in
channel.
here because he apparently got moved involuntarily. If I did
Yeah,
that,
that
I'm
was
sorry about that. I don't know
No,
if that
it's
was me or
okay.
not.
Shane maybe was messing around with that. I don't really know though, but
Let's see.
Hey Baker, man, I was saying thank you very much for taking over the 36. It was very nice to see it from the broadcast. That car looks good, as I told you, and I wish you better luck in Daytona. Maybe you can pull it off in there. You were very, very fast, just unfortunate situations right out there. But hey, I told you, right? That car, it gives you two options: either you win the race or you crash. You actually
Hey,
had a
wake up.
moment in the end of the race, and so now you know it. So you better win in Daytona, man.
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to Daytona. And on to better races.
On to better
Oh
races.
yeah.
Well, hey, hopefully we'll be able to, whether it's in the 36 or whatever car it is, hopefully we'll see you on track in Charlotte.
Yeah, that will be me right there, man. You wait for it.
well, you
Now
and Baker.
I have a playoff spot now. I can wreck people, So hey, yeah, that's great.
If Blake races, wreck him.
Aw.
Okay. We'll get Cody Lamas in here a while. Runner-up finisher. And I got some questions to him about his strategy, but let's see here.
User was moved to your channel. User left your channel.
Hey there, man. Cody Lamas, finishing runner-up. And I just got to ask you before anything else. You were on a very alternate strategy there at the beginning. And it looked like it was probably going to pay off for you in the long run. I'll just ask you, what was going through your mind when you made that call of, hey, I can, or could you stay out that long, or did you have to save a ton, and just kind of what the mentality was behind it?
I mean, I was just cruising at the beginning of the race. I never really slid my tires at all that whole first run, and all of a sudden I'm looking and I'm like, everyone's pitting. Then I look on my thing and I'm like, there's 20 to go or left in the fuel run. Why is everybody pitting so early? And then I was like, all right, I'll just kind of go out and whatever, see how long I can go. And I believe I pitted with like 10 laps left in the run. I didn't want to lose too much time, as Dylan probably showed he stayed out the whole way. But yeah, it worked. I was just kind of chilling, and everyone just came back to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I've said your reputation this entire season has been Mr. Where did he come from? All of a sudden you'll finish third, fourth, fifth, whatever it is. This time you finished in second. That's got to be a big boost going in. Hopefully helping you out toward the chase. I guess I'll just ask how that'll maybe play into your strategy come Charlotte and Daytona.
Well, I needed to get the job done this race because I will not be here for Charlotte. Richard will be my last time sub, and then that'll be the last race I should miss due to hockey. So hopefully, which has been the plan the whole time, is Richard will just keep me close, give me solid results like he's been doing, and Daytona should just, as long as there's no new winners, I think we'll be able to just kind of run pretty well. We usually run pretty well at Daytona, so we'll see how it all shakes out.
Well, I got one thing that I just want to simply say to you, Cody. The one, racing presence has not been really great in the Cup Series this season, but I was absolutely blown away by run here tonight, and really, really solid job. You really brought that 48 back into really close race winning contention. So you did a great job, dude, and you keep that up. Take pride in this.
Yeah, I've been trying. I know it's been a while, I think since like season 6 Auto Club, and I've gotten a lot of seconds, but I feel like it's coming. I think it'll come eventually. But that's good to hear. I appreciate it.
We'll be rooting for you to get that W. Rooting for you to make it to the chase. And just good luck to you. And also good luck in hockey.
definitely. Appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
User left your channel.
And Cody Lamas, runner-up finisher. I think we got time for one more here, and that is
Joven Anderson.
Joven Anderson, who I swear has a knacker for finishing third.
User was
Well,
moved
yeah.
to your channel.
There is Joven Anderson. Another third place finish. I feel like that seems to be the magic number for you. But you were also on that alternate strategy early in the race, along with Dylan and Cody. I'll just ask you what you thought of, or what mentality went into pulling off the strategy for you, and just kind of how the race played out for you.
Well, I kind of figured that the draft wouldn't be as effective as it ended up being, and it turns out it was. So I just tried to get the best pit stop I could and see what I could do with it there. I'm pretty sure I put in the wrong steering ratio from start, a little bit higher than I think it should have been. Didn't get the feel out of the car that I wanted to, so we kind of struggled early, and we just tried our best to make our way forward without getting on the wrong side of the tires.
Well, I'd say you did a pretty good job at that. You were lurking there toward the end. Of course, that breeding caution ending there. Still was able to come out with third. A pretty good run there. Front row start. I did see that you had some damage there, though. Did that hurt you at all, or not really?
I'm not really sure. Like I said, I was kind of struggling. I kind of got in here late. I'm feeling 100%. I'm pretty tired right now, actually. I actually got a pop-up there close to the end, and that's why I went straight into the wall and hit the wall really hard. So I don't know how much that hurt me or not. But yeah, I ended up getting a pop-up, and it just went straight, and by the time I clicked back on, I was in the wall. So we just tried our best to get the track position we could for the end, because I figured it would be too difficult at the end to get past all those cars to fix my damage. So I'm like, okay, we'll just see what we can do with it, and just take the track position. And you know, if we had a chance, we had a chance. If we didn't, we didn't. We brought it home and got a solid finish.
Yeah. Let this be a lesson for everyone in YouTube land. You know that a driver is pretty dang good when he is in good tension at the end, finishes third, and yet it sounds pretty bummed out about it and is exhausted and had almost everything against him. So credit to you, sir, for that one. And this is also why Windows 7 is superior. You don't get those stinking pop-ups.
I blame OneDrive.
Fair enough. But still, congratulations. Another really, really solid run. Hoping that we'll be able to see you at Charlotte as well. I think Cody said that you'd be driving the 48 again next week?
I believe so. Looking forward to it, and hopefully I will not be this tired, because I'm ready to go. I'll sleep in my bed. So that's enough said.
I will let you go get some sleep, but again, congrats, man, and we'll see you again soon enough.
Thank you.
A very wiped out Jovan Anderson. I think a lot of these drivers are wiped out after that pretty crazy final, probably 20 laps. It was a lot of fun to watch, though. Thank you again, gentlemen, for being here with me, though. I'll get some final thoughts from you both. We'll start with you, Blake.
Well, I can simply say this. That was a race for the ages. I have not seen a race run that green for so long, for so consistent, and making really, really good passes, high, low, in, out, all over the place. That race was an absolute blast to watch, and I hope we get to see more of that well into the IMRC's future. But the things are getting the necktie is getting a little bit tighter with each passing race. We've only got Charlotte and Daytona left, so Charlotte potentially could be a big heartbreaker for some drivers for how long the race is. Don't know what we're going to see next week, but hopefully just as good of a race. Congrats again to Austin Ogo, finally snapping that winless streak, finally getting the big W there. And I cannot tell you how excited I am leading into these last two races.
I'm excited for it too. I mean, we are 8 for 8, I would say, on exciting, crazy races this season. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Natan, your closing thoughts on tonight?
Well, first of all, that was a fantastic race. It was so much fun to be in the broadcast. So thank you very much, Andrew and Blake, for having me here. It was very, very fun, very entertaining. I hope to do this again in Daytona. It will probably be me and just Andrew, right? Blake will be in the track, I think.
That is the
probably.
plan.
Yeah, so Blake, good luck in Daytona. I'll be on the track next week at Charlotte. And, well, it was just amazing to be here. Again, thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for those who watched the race. Hope you you all had a lot of fun. And good luck in the playoffs, Austin Ogle. That was a very, very good win. And, well, see you all next week.
Yeah, we'll see you on track. Blake, I will see you next week as well. And to everyone else who watched, thank you very much for doing so. And yeah, we'll hope to see you next week for the 9th race of the season. 2 to go before the playoffs. It's Charlotte and Daytona, and then the top 10 will be set. On that note, though, again, thank you to everyone.
Take care.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. That's mine. Actually, it's my uncle's, but it's mine.
I wanted us to say it like at the same time, but well, it didn't work. So maybe next time, right?
Maybe at the season finale we'll all do it together or something. We'll get every single driver
season
in there.
finale, I'll be on the track winning the championship. Not here. Come on now, don't do that to me.
Now, what we'll do after the race, we'll get every single driver and we'll all do it in unison. Holy crap, that would be something.
No, that's good. Yeah.
Again, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you to everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Dang it.
I did it. Oh.